Hello everyone, it is Mrs. Cynthia Williams-Bey coming to you on this Fighting Friday. So for those of you that don't know me, I am Mrs. Williams-Bey and I am an author, I'm a speaker, and I'm a business mogul. And I wanted to come today because I wanted to talk to my women. I wanted to talk to you ladies because I know a lot of you are feeling like you're having to give up so much during this time. We were dealing with the pandemic of COVID. Our kids were displaced from school. And then now we're having this entire national crisis that's happening like right before our eyes. And I know a lot of you have been feeling burdened. I know a lot of you have been feeling like all this weight has been placed on you. And you're feeling like, okay, God, like, what am I going to do? I, have this career, I have this passion that I was doing, but now I have my children that need caring for. But then I also have my husband who's also trying to pursue his dreams and push forward, right? And we as women have always been taught that we have to give up everything, that we have to give up our passions, we have to give up our dreams, so that way we're able to be mom and be wife and be the helpmeet for our husbands. Now, what if I told you that that wasn't completely true? That some of that was actually taken out of context, and that you can still pursue your dreams and do what God has called you to do, and still be the awesome mother and the wonderful helpmeet to your husband. What if I told you that was possible? Okay, so here, I want you to think about this. Now, for those that don't have a lot of children, just stay with me. Now, for my moms that have multiple children, you had your first baby, it was an experience, you cared for that child and everything, right? Everybody was so happy, got a lot of attention and all that, right? Now you're pregnant again with child 2, right? So you're pregnant, but you already have a child that's probably about 1 or 2 or whatever age, but you have another child that you've already birthed, right? Now, with you being pregnant and having another child, do you think that's going to affect the love and care that you're going to have with your first child? Is you being pregnant with your second child going to cause you to take your other child and abort it, or essentially give it up for adoption? Like, that doesn't happen, right? I look at that the same when it comes to us helping our men and being a mom. Just because you had a business and now you're giving birth essentially to something that your husband is called to do, it doesn't mean that you have to actually abort or put your other child up for adoption, right? It's the same thing. See, we as women, God knew exactly what he was doing when he allowed us to have the wombs, because see, we're able to birth things and then still carry something in our womb and give birth to it, right? So the same way that you're able to take care of your first child while you're still pregnant, or care for multiple children at a time, look at the same. So all you have to do is master the balance. You're able to still have your business and care for your business and still help your husband push his. You just have to find your equal balance. Don't try to do it like everybody else. Don't listen to what everybody else is trying to tell you. You have to sit down with your husband. You have to figure out y'all rhythm, the rhythm that God gave you, right? And once you master that rhythm and understand that schedule and understand that balance, then something beautiful could happen. Because I don't think that God meant it for you to not fulfill your destiny. He said, help me, meaning to help, right? Not to do, but to help. The same as you care for one child, you're able to care for the other child. So I want you to get excited. I don't want you to feel discouraged. I don't want you to feel like you have to give everything up. You don't. You can still be an awesome mom. You can still be an awesome wife. You can still follow your dreams. You just have to redo your blueprint. So that way your children are included, to make sure your husband is included, to make sure all that's included. You just have to refigure out the blueprint. And guess what? All you have to do is go to the architect, and the architect is God. He's the one that orchestrated it. So if you go to God in prayer and ask him, he will give you the strategy. He gave me the strategy. And not only am I able to still care for my first baby and my first business, but now I'm in partnership with my husband for his destiny too. See, we don't understand, as women, we automatically take charge. It's just in our nature. But God didn't tell us to take charge of he said to help him, right? So while you're being in charge and taking charge of your destiny, you just have to help your husband a little bit. See, it's his responsibility to take charge over everything and to pursue that thing. You're just there to help, to nurture it, to feed it, to change its diaper, right? Just like your children, right? So don't get discouraged. Make sure that you go to God and that you ask him to give you the blueprint, so that way you're able to make sure that you're still fulfilling your God-given destiny, and you're helping your husband and your children and your family are not left out. All right? So just like the shirt say, fearlessly made, just go forth fearlessly and understand and know that God has you and that you are not going to fail. Okay? God bless.